Salvete omnes. Here is our third episode in the series on John Calvin's Institutes of the Christian Religion. This excerpt is taken from Book 1, Chapter 5, Section 9. It is the 1559 edition, and the printing is that of 1618 in Geneva. Let's take a look. Atque hic rursus observandum est invitari nos ad Dei notitiam non quae inani speculatione contenta in cerebro tantum volitet, sed quae solida futura sit et fructuosa, si rite per cipiatur a nobis radicemque agat in corde. Calvin continues, atque, and so, here, notice hic has the macron over the I, making it long. This means it's the adverb rather than the adjective hic. These are not the same, of course, hic and hic. And so here, again, rursus, another adverb, observandum est. Notice that this mark here indicates that an N has been dropped out. It's common for shortening the spelling. Here again, we must note, or more woodenly, it must be observed. We must note that we invitari. Now notice once again here is oratio obliqua, or indirect statement. Notice here is the accusative subject, and there is the infinitive. And so here we must again note that we are invited, we are summoned ad, toward the knowledge of God, Dei notitiam, toward the knowledge of God. And now he will describe in the remainder of the sentence what that notitiam is. And notice there are two clauses, quae, non quae, sed quae, non quae, sed quae, and each one has its own verb in the subjunctive, volitet and futura sit. Now there's also a third clause, namely the C clause, this conditional. And let's take a look. He says this knowledge is not one which flits about, tantum volitet, only flits about in inani speculatione, in idle speculation, contenta in cerebro, only content to flit about in the brain in inani speculatione. But it is a kind which, now here notice que is quae, it is a kind which becomes salida, well established, and fructuosa, profitable or fruitful. But there's a condition, this C clause. Notice that this which looks like an F, this is C. This is just an archaic way of writing the letter S. If, and here's the condition, there are actually two conditions, if it is properly percipiatur, received by us, here's the ablative of agent, if it is properly received by us, and, there's the que, drives down a root in our heart, drives down a root in our heart. Now you might well ask why it is that volitet and futura sit are subjunctive, and the reason is given here. Both of these are subjunctive because the quae clause introduces what's called a relative clause of characteristic, saying that this is the kind of thing which, relative clause of characteristic, and percipiatur and agat are subjunctive because they're part of a conditional clause introduced by C within that construction.